Man, I had a headache by the time constantly bending over looking through the fucking spotter.
Yeah. There's some ROs that do it a lot that are very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But it's a tough job.
I mean, he should just get a bunch of women because I always hear they're great multitaskers.
Such a dork.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us today on this session. I understand that your urges have been increasing dramatically when it comes to shooting and killing things. Some may say it's comparable to Joe Biden's urges to fondle the little ones. Canoodle them, that is. Rest assured, because today we embark into the world of shooting and hunting. Joining us now, Jake Mushaney and Ryan Avery.
Some new scope rails.
Yeah, we got our full line of scope rails. So Tika, Model 700, and Savage, and then we just came out with direct mount Savage rings too.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had you on in a.
I know. I was thinking that in the beginning. Yeah.
What's the state of the union over there, SRS?
Busy.
Did you ever think
lots
you'd
of new
be
faces?
This busy, this fast?
No, I didn't think we'd have a weekend guy, but we have one of those now.
What is your best selling product?
Arcapic.
Really?
Yep.
No shit.
After that, Typro 4s.
Really?
Yeah.
Arcapic. I wouldn't have guessed that. I guess I can see the Arca part. Very popular.
Off our website, we probably sell 120 a month. Plus wholesale Shields Midway.
It all started with a stupid muzzle brake.
It did.
Cool.
How many products now?
45 around there, something.
Fantastic. But that's not actually why we're here. We're here to talk about how well you shot.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Right,
Not-
it's been just
not well.
waiting to
I'm
talk
just
shit.
talking shit. I'm not gonna go hard on you, Ken. We all went to the NightForce ELR Still Challenge. You shot, we RO'd, like we said.
Hey, which the video just came out on YouTube.
Oh yeah, this actually should be in the show notes. The video when we post it up.
Yeah,
the
the link will
video
be
should
there, but it did just come out. Yeah.
Yeah, if you see that like ragtag group of like 5 guys standing there, yeah, that's Ken's arts. So from never been there before and didn't know shit all about it, give us your overview.
Probably one of the funnest matches I've ever shot, and I've shot a lot of NRL Hunter and PRS. It was a blast. I've never shot that far before either. I would have had more fun if I hadn't gotten a bunch of dirt in my chamber, which somehow shifted my zero, and then it went really downhill from there.
What action was it?
It was one of the bat bench rest actions. They're not really supposed to have dust.
Oh, okay,
Tight
okay,
tolerance?
copy.
Very tight tolerances. Yeah, so overpressuring, stuck cases, everything bad.
And you had a scope issue too. Cliff was telling me.
I don't think it was an issue with the scope. I think just all the dirt and everything in the barrel shifted my zero somehow.
What? Well, you kind of take us to your guys' setups.
Cliff was shooting a 300 PRC. Both of us are the idiots shooting 25-pound guns with carbon barrels. Both of which are probably completely burnt up now. I think Cliff was just planning on pulling his barrel and throwing it away after that match.
Oh, shit.
Were they like knuckleballing when they came out at the end?
Yeah, pretty much. No, we got better towards the end just because
Really?
we figured out my windage.
Gotcha.
But by the time I had my gun re-zeroed, I only had 2 stages in the beginning that we shot good. My zero was off for 13 more stages, and then the last 4 stages we had a good zero and we actually shot good. Yeah, Cliff was running a 300 PRC. I was running a 300 Norma. We shot just like the open class, so our guns were both around 25 pounds. I had an old NV chassis that was, or maybe an Element, didn't have M-lock or anything, so I made some custom weights for it. And yeah, it was fun.
What did Cliff have?
A new NV Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Did you guys, like the biggest takeaway I'd say me and Jake thought about after we were done was suppressors would have been probably the way to go.
Yeah.
And I imagine you guys didn't have raging headaches and
No.
booms and sand shot in your fucking face. Sound like you got sand either way in your rifle, but
Yeah. Well, you guys told us to run suppressed.
Mm-hmm.
So
That was-
we figured that out.
That was one of our lessons learned.
Yeah.
What was his scope?
Cliff was running the Mark V 7-35.
Okay.
I was running the Zeiss S3.
And that's a 5-25?
That I had the 6-36.
Oh, no. Okay, nice. That was one other change we are going to make is to move to NightForce 7-35.
Yeah, 735s.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to come back and shoot next year. So you guys should too.
We're definitely
We're
going to
gonna shoot it next year.
We're definitely going to shoot, though.
I'm gonna shoot. I think Cliff's gonna shoot with somebody that's good.
Why?
Poor
And I'm
fella.
gonna shoot alone.
I will say, you came to our stage. You have some fundamental issues you could clean up.
It
You
wasn't
should,
good.
you should probably come out to...
You mean just come out and say it holding wind on the wrong side?
No, just how you set up on the gun.
Oh,
You
I got square on it.
Did
the
you?
next
And
day.
you have a weird. I'm not knocking on you. I'm just shit I've observed. You have a weird connection to the rifle with your head.
I do.
It's a very
100%.
extreme angle. Yeah, and that could.
Oh,
be,
you're one of the 45-degree head guys?
I'm a long neck.
yeah, it's very I don't know if when I was looking, I was like, I see some I see why there's some problem. They could be fixed easy.
Yeah. I started shooting square to the gun the next day.
Good.
I've never shot
That
that
also
far prone.
probably change your zero a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And what bullet were both of you guys shooting?
225 ELDM
And
around 3,000.
You were both around 3,000s. You had similar dope the whole time?
Yeah. So same wind calls.
Yeah.
Good BCs too.
Yeah.
Huh.
So tell us where'd you come in the pack?
The bottom.
How many teams and where'd you come in? I don't know.
48 teams. Think we were 35. Two of our best stages were the two that got thrown out though.
You weren't bottom. You were kind of middle
Yeah.
lower.
I was like,
I call myself an aspiring mid-pack shooter, and that was a aspiring mid-pack finish.
nice.
Oh, he has the 34th. You didn't even
Okay,
cut yourself out
34.
of one.
We also didn't get called on the prize table.
How many teams were there? 48 teams. See,
Oh, no.
I think we had 70 teams, 60 teams.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm glad that, back then last year, if I wouldn't have carried Ryan, we wouldn't have done very well
Sweet
either. So,
Jesus.
Well, it is sad though, because the stage you are was our worst stage.
dude, it was the worst stage for a lot of people. So we only had, I was talking to somebody else about this the other day. We had like less than 10 people clear the stage, which tells you immediately out of
I mean,
340
6.
shooters,
That's where my we only
Yeah.
had 6 people clear it.
340 shooters, even if it's 6, 10, whatever, like
Mhm.
that percentage is incredibly low.
Like the wind was hard. The
Yeah.
wind was tough. You could not see your impact if you shot high, and 90% of the people shot high at the farther wolf.
Yeah.
I will say this was funny. A 6 Creed cleaned it.
The last fucking shooter on the last day walked up like all nonchalant
Mm-hmm.
and just cleared it. Fucking 6 Creed with a 115 D-Tech. So it just put you to shame.
Yeah.
And our target broke the first day, and the hit indicator quit working.
Mm.
It took me and Mason. I had BTXs on a 115. Mason had a 80.
Yep. 80 swirl.
80 swirl?
8, yeah.
We had to cock to see hits because it was so fucking hard to see hits on that
And
wolf.
he's got fucking eagle eyes
Yeah,
too.
and I had a $7,000 optic set up, and
Mhm.
you had to look for puffs of smoke and weird shit. So, anyways,
I'll tell
it
you
was
what,
a hard stage.
that was nice though, because nobody ever really challenged whether something was a hit or not.
And we were fair. Like I would look
Yeah.
at Mason, I was like, "Did you?" And he'd say hit, and we'd go along with it. Only one time did we had a lot of shit going on, and I don't know how one person would do it. We kind of got confused on what we were scoring, and only one person kind of argued about his score.
Everybody told us that we were the best stage, but I know kind of why. Because if you're one dude and you're trying to spot the impact right on the card and then have somebody ready to come up and shoot the next time, like that's way too much for one guy to do.
Dude, you have to see the impact first,
Yeah.
then write it down, and they're already on to the next. And if it's a fucking team, it gets real confusing.
And what if you had 4 targets that were spread left to right and you actually had to move your glass each time? Fuck, man.
Not only
That's
were,
tough.
What I heard is we were also the best and the best looking. That's what I heard.
That's right. Well, they said something about the red bearded guy.
I never heard that, but
I don't know.
they said the little chubby dude with the blonde beard. That dude was fucking on point.
No one ever saw your ass. You were tucked in with your head down eating fucking chips the whole time. But
It was the gnome and the ogre stage.
Yeah,
There you
I was feeding me Hobbit.
hey, one
me.
lady did bring up, and she gave us brownies. And she had baked brownies for all the ROs, right? That was a damn
I
good
said,
brownie
These aren't pot brownies, are they?
because everything's gonna be a hit.
From the ROing side, I would never. I know it has to be done, and much props to people that do it all the time. I will never fucking RO again.
Yeah, well, It was tough, man. So I was doing the scoring on the cards, and I would have everybody, they would come up and bring cards, and I would say, I would call out the next person on deck and things like that. And I think that's what the people appreciated, because if you weren't, it just helped organization, but you can't do it like that with one person.
No, and I noticed that we very rarely had a bottleneck
Mm,
because we were constantly bringing people up.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It'd be
nonstop,
rough
dude.
too, because the ROs that shot get there Thursday morning,
Mhm.
and you shoot Thursday and Friday,
Yep.
and then you RO Saturday and Sunday. That's a long 4 days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you have any problems with scoring? Did you have let me ask this. What was the big blowout at the end where they didn't get a chance to fucking, argue their point, or they threw out a bunch of stages? What happened?
I don't know. I
You
have
don't
no
know?
idea.
We did a little poll on, so Shoot to Hunt handled all the media for the NightForce Challenge. That's why we do the podcast and whatnot. And we did a little question story there about what went well or what didn't. And a lot of people commented about the inability to challenge
Mm-hmm.
the score that was in the electronic system versus what was on their paper scorecard.
Like arbitration.
Yeah,
Yeah,
arbitration.
I did
Yeah.
see there was 1 or 2 stages where there were people that had 7 or 8 points. On a stage, you could only get 6 as an individual. There's 3
Mm.
targets, so you could get 6 points. There were a few
Mhm.
that had 7 or 8. So I think there was some scoring issues. I don't know if that's from ROs
Yeah.
or just how the system was set up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, both. I mean, there were times where people were handing me cards, while I was supposed to be putting a number down on the tablet. And a lot of times, like, we would have to communicate amongst the 3 of us to make sure the score was right. But there was a couple times that I messed up that I had to fix.
That goes back to, I don't know how one person would do it and get
It's
it right.
tough. Really tough.
Almost impossible, especially if you did have those elk. There are like 3 different elk or 4 different elk in different locations,
Yeah.
and they had to write. There's no fucking way. So
Yeah.
much props to the ROs that do it all the time, because
Yeah.
I had a headache by the time just constantly bending over looking through the fucking spotter.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some ROs that do it a lot that are very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But it's a tough job.
I mean, he should just get a bunch of women, because I always hear they're great multitaskers.
Such a dork. We did so we asked a lot of people what they were shooting as they were coming through our stage there, and I would say the most commonly mentioned cartridge had to be 300 Norma.
Bar none.
Yes.
There was also a lot of 6.5 PRCs.
Yes, a lot of 6.5 PRCs.
Quite a few 300 PRCs.
We had there was a 416 Barrett. There was some XCs. There was a Shytac. Like, we had several different, and the
Yeah.
Barrett guy didn't do good.
We had special operations come through, and by God, we spent a lot of money for nothing on
dude.
them.
There was about 15 matchy rifles.
Yeah, I think there
What's
was
the name of that rifle?
MRAD.
MRADs.
And they had some newer ATAC R, looks like the Beast.
Yeah, it wasn't a Beast, it was an attacker, but it had an extra, I think it was a lockable elevation turret.
Yeah, it looks like the Beast used to be.
Yeah.
And
That one on the top of the Beast, though, that's actually a fucking half a click.
Yeah.
Like, you rotate it left to right, whereas this one, I think it was a lock.
one cleared it, the rest didn't do well.
The first guy, I think he was kind of the boss dude,
Yeah.
went up first, and he did all right. Yeah,
So I don't know if we're spending our DOD money correctly.
yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah.
that first guy, I watched him shoot 5,200 yards check-in day,
Uh-huh.
which had a 13-second flight time. I took a video of it, and you see him shoot. It's just like everybody talking for a while, and the spotters like slowly go back to look at the glass. It's like, oh, left a little bit. And you can't.
5,200 yards?
5,200
What was the
yards.
cartridge?
I thought it was 416 Barrett.
No shit.
Yeah, these were,
Huh.
I believe these were all 300 Normas.
Oh,
There's quite a few 7
oh yeah,
PRCs.
all those were, yeah.
Yeah. Had the same suppressors. I don't remember what they were. Do you remember?
The best suppressor. So every time we heard something that we knew was big cartridge, but it was quiet, we always had, what suppressor was that? And it was the Thunder Beast 338.
Yeah,
Yeah.
338 Ultra.
Yes. Continually was the quietest
That's what I
suppressor
ran.
out there.
Remember that 2 suppressors came in, looked like alien suppressors?
Yeah, like they were like,
Yeah, I
dude,
saw those.
they were like layered, like
And
printed
they were
layered.
rectangular.
printed?
Yes.
They were actually square.
Huh.
They wouldn't tell us what they were, though.
No, they were secret. If they're secret, why they're there?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But the 338 Thunder Beast was like every time somebody shot one, we're like, God dang, what is that?
Yeah, noticeable.
Noticeable. I do. There was a couple 6 Creeds. There was one that cleaned it. Another dude did well. He shot himself, and I think he got a 5 or 4. The other 6
Yeah.
Creed.
There was even guys with Dasher and shit out there.
Oh, I forgot.
Somebody shot a 6 Dasher.
Yeah.
I will say this from another thing from the RO watching hits. If you want to get every hit counted by an RO, you watch trace, and it's a lot easier to see 30 cal trace and up than fucking 7 mag and down.
Mhm.
So if I was a serious competitor, I would think about shooting a 30 cal, because I was just telling Jake, I think we need to make fucking 300 PRCs.
Yeah, just to give a little more. Well, I don't know, dude. 190 grain versus a
Yeah,
215 grain, because
yeah.
you know we're gonna shoot. What would you shoot? I guess probably 238 tips
Well, and I
or
think
258 tip.
I think speed and size is a factor where you see that fucking trace.
Yeah.
Those are doing 30 plus.
Yes.
Like I could see your guys' trace easy. I saw every miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
There were
come
a lot of
on.
them.
Yeah. How many? Do you know how many rounds you guys went through?
I don't.
A lot.
We didn't time out on anything except your stage. That was the only one we timed out on too.
Really?
So we got all our rounds off on all the other ones.
What was you guys? You guys are mic'd up. I don't know if we're going to use it, but there was a little argument on our stage. Do you remember?
Yeah, because I was holding wind on the wrong side.
Everybody does it, dude.
Yeah.
The funny thing, so when we shot on day 1, you held wind on the left side.
Yep.
And then on
You're
day
right.
2, because we started on stage 2, so we worked that whole side. And then the next day we started back over here, so the wind was reverse.
Yeah.
That's what fucked me up. So day 2, I know I missed wind on the wrong side a couple times.
I didn't miss wind at all.
Bullshit.
Wait a minute. Until the last target.
Uh-huh.
I fucking held on the wrong side of the
It
last
does.
target. I just wanted to show him how.
You like hit your limit at that point.
I showed him. I was just trying to show him how it felt.
Oh my goodness.
Well, how'd you do on the movers?
Awful. I do pretty good on movers shooting PRS, and it was terrible. I don't know what to say. We only shot the mover went down, so we only like to shoot one of them,
Mhm.
and I didn't hit the mover at all.
Are you a guy that follows the mover with a lead and waits, or are you a guy that leaves the reticle still and waits for the mover to hit the right spot on the reticle?
That mover traveled too far, so it would have been you wouldn't be able to get all your shots off. So I was like picking a point, stopping in front of it, waiting for it to come in on the hold.
So if it was like a 2 mil lead, that's why I like to leave it still out ahead, wait for it to right as it crosses that 2 mil mark, and then send it.
Yeah. I think that was the first time I've shot a mover in a good amount of wind, because when it's traveling, it was negating the wind when it was traveling, against the wind.
Yeah.
So essentially your hold was half of what it was going one way or the other. And that screwed me so bad.
I wouldn't have thought of that too. You'd have to call that.
Oh, you have to. And
Yeah.
how'd you do on the group sizes? You have that target that measures your overall group combined.
Like stage 19,
Yeah, it's like right after
19
the
or
elk.
20.
Yeah. I have no idea.
They didn't tell you?
It said, I didn't look.
That's
I only hit it 3 times out of the 5 shots. So
Did you miss any elk?
I'm sure
That's blasphemy.
the mover
elk are big.
was elk.
Oh, the mover was an elk?
Yeah.
Damn, the elk are big.
We're shooting next year.
What was your favorite stage? Stage 8?
No, the last stage, it would have been 17 or
What was it?
18. I think it was wolves. 4 wolves. You have like the last few stages on the end where they're in like a U shape.
Mhm.
It was the one that was like the center of the U.
Gotcha.
That was fun. I watched Doug Glorfield and his shooting partner, teammate. Doug's gun went down, and they doubled up on the one gun and
Really?
shot teams. They got a 15
No shit.
on that stage, 15 out of 16,
Shooting the same rifle.
shooting the same rifle.
That's fucking
So his
impressive.
teammate would shoot first. Doug was spotting. He got first round impact. So then the guy would just roll out of the way really quick, and Doug would lay down and shoot and hop up really quick, go back to the spotter. The guy would shoot the next target.
Yeah.
He'd roll out of the way.
That's
that
crazy.
was so impressive. I've never seen anything like that.
Huh.
That's why you bring extra bullets, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. So on our stage too, sometimes on a team, shooter 2 was up on the far target, right? And then as soon as you call the hit or miss, whatever it was, whether it was the second miss or it was the first hit, whatever it was, shooter number 1 would immediately shoot the first target. And I thought to myself, why aren't you spotting your partner up here? They were automatically on it. They wouldn't have pulled the trigger that quick.
Tells me that they have no faith in their win calls.
Yeah.
But I would have to be real smart about if I'd say hit or not, because I'd be already moving before I said hit. Because they did that to me twice, and I barely caught the bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think the ratio was, brakes to suppressors?
I would say there was probably 60-40.
Yeah, 60 suppressors?
Yeah.
I would say so.
There was a team shooting in front of us. They were French Canadian from Quebec, I think.
Those
They
are the
came
ones
all,
I
said,
came all the
Team
way down
Trudeau.
here.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
They had brakes on their guns that were the most abrasive brakes I've ever seen. One of them was bleeding because it shot a rock into his teammate's cheek, and it embedded in there, and he was bleeding. Like it was
That's
Wow.
not fucking fun or safe.
no.
Dude. Yeah, definitely we're not shooting brakes next year.
Oh, the RO side suppressors also are easier to spot hits.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just
less
better all
concussion.
around.
Well, then you get in the habit of sometimes you don't have Hearing Pro on, sometimes you do, and then you'll fucking have a brake go off and you don't have it on.
Yeah.
So me and
Yeah.
Mason started saying Ear Pro because we got that surprised a few times.
Yeah.
So notice you already said they're going to make some changes for next year, but I guess if you were, let's say if you were going to shoot teams again with Cliff, I mean, what changes would you make to your setup for next year?
I'd bring a dust shroud for the gun.
A dust shroud. So cover up the gun in between stages or
in
while it's
between
traveling?
stages and when you take the trolley, because the trolley is what screwed me over.
Really?
It was just a dust cloud in behind the truck.
A really cool piece of kit is Stone Glacier sells that cover and
Yeah.
it goes all the way across around your action and straps underneath.
Yeah, what's sad is we were looking for one on the drive down to Wyoming. We stopped in Shields and looked for one, and we couldn't find one.
Could have went to Stone.
I actually have some,
We could have.
God, I wish I could remember the name of the company, but I had a couple rain covers made, like custom made. Like you would just tell them the length of your rifle and it would go all the way from the muzzle up and over and around the back. I'll look it up so we can put it in the notes.
Like
but
the thing is, like I noticed at those matches or like the NRL hunters is if you shoot suppressed, you can't really like put some on the front, it'll fucking melt it. Because I've seen a few melted ones.
Yeah.
So something just
yeah.
goes over your scope in
That's
action.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably also bring a barrel cooler because there were some stages.
Didn't
it was hot.
your buddy Dave had a barrel cooler?
Yeah.
I heard one.
It
The
was
little
obnoxious.
rifle cool.
Yeah.
It was from who makes it? The red rifle cool, and it's like KU. Hey, punch that in there.
KUHL.
KUHL, yeah, rifle
Yeah.
cool. Oh, it's magneto speed.
Yeah, has a battery in it.
Yeah,
Doesn't need external battery.
magneto spool. There you go.
Yeah.
I saw several of those out there, and they are loud and high pitched, but they do work well.
Yeah,
I
we kept
hearing-
thinking
I
it
thought
was a drone.
Me too. I was
Yep.
like,
And
and
then-
then your headset is
That's not the one we use though. We use
quick. It's
they're available on Amazon if you just put USB recharger or like rechargeable barrel cooler or rifle cooler, they'll come up.
can't think of the name of them, but they work well. You can resolder them too if you rip the fucking guts out.
No, go to Amazon real quick. That one's nice though because you can put it on a rechargeable battery pack rather than that rifle cool where you got to put batteries in it.
Yeah, what are those? What does it take?
It's just US.
CR2, the other one.
Yeah, I think that the new ones are CR2. I think the ones before that was it was
2, 3 or what?
yeah. Just type in their rechargeable barrel cooler or USB barrel cooler. How about that?
I do like that because you go through those fucking batteries quickly. If
You
don't.
do. So if you got one of those battery packs on there, it does last for a while. It's funny that the place that makes them, just scroll down for me. Oh, scroll down.
Maybe they don't make them anymore.
Yeah, they do. Right there. No,
That's not it.
I'm gonna find it.
I fucking have 2 of them. I can't think of the name of
I
them.
think the place that makes those is Third Generation Shooting Supply, and they make those and sell them on the side. I tried to carry them
Yeah,
one
it's like a
time.
computer fan cooler.
Let's see, USB.
You have any problems feeding or bullets not going off or nothing like that?
I think I had one clicker. That was about it. I think Cliff had one. It was like his first one ever.
Mm-hmm.
But everything went good besides that. I just want to. Cliff's going to shoot with a good teammate, and I'm going to shoot light because I'll just shoot my NRL hunter gun. 16-pound weight limit with bipod. It's the same.
Chamber chiller.
That's what it is.
Type in USB chamber chiller. It says currently unavailable. They stopped selling them on Amazon. You can probably find them on Google though.
There's Amazon has one right there. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, they are a computer like fan.
Yeah, those work pretty good.
They work great. They
Yeah.
were cheap. Yeah, it's all like there's all kinds of little tidbits and tricks, but the thing is practice if you're in a group.
Yeah, and it could be like next year. Like it was hot as hell for a portion of Saturday. People were dying. I remember the first year I shot it, mosquitoes were crazy. Like there's just every year it seems like it'll have something different. You may not get any dirt in your rifle at all next year. You know, maybe it's raining and it's
the year
fucking
before,
water
it
instead
was
of dirt.
Fucking cold and raining like a bitch and
Yeah.
windy. The fog fucking sucked on day 2. That
Yeah, it was like a 2-hour delay,
and
probably.
of course, we had to be somewhere, so it fucking took forever.
And we kind of went hot a little early.
Yeah.
I got my ass reamed.
Oh, it's best when you do something and somebody else gets yelled at for it.
Dude. I was telling Pete later. So Pete, Knight, and Tad run the match, right? And he comes, you guys are shooting. He comes charging up off the side by side. He's looking at me. He's like, what the hell are you? Who told you to go hot? And he's looking at me and I'm like this, dude. I was literally napping in the truck and I had just rolled out of the truck and sat down. And he comes charging up there. And then I'm like, I didn't know what to say. He's like, oh, you didn't think it would be you, huh? Because we talk a lot with Pete and everything because we're doing the media shit. Oh, you didn't think I'd yell at you? And then he come back later and he was hugging us and whatnot. But it was a rough moment that morning.
We didn't start shooting. Somebody else started shooting, and then 2 other places started. I was like, well, fuck it, we must be hot.
Yeah.
So we started shooting, and fucking Pete rolled up, and he got the brunt of it, and I was the one that started it. He did come back and apologize. There he is, right there.
Yeah. You, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was fucking funny, actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we should have, as responsible ROs, you're not, we shouldn't have started shooting until it said hot on the radio.
I didn't notice, so I watched the video.
Yeah.
That they gave us that, fucking orange jersey to wear or orange fucking vest.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And
We never wore it.
I don't think it would have fit us.
They knew who the ROs were at that stage. We was all busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a
I
good
totally
time.
forgot about that.
The thing that funny was about RO and it was, man, I was like, God, we should have shot this. We shouldn't have been little bitches. We should have shot this fucking thing.
You guys had bailed before I even did load development.
Enhance your shooting experience with STOCKY'S stocks. Are you tired of struggling with mediocre rifle stocks that hinder your performance? Imagine having a high-quality rifle stock that not only enhances your accuracy, but also provides superior strength in a lightweight build. STOCKY'S Stocks offers a wide range of premium rifle stocks manufactured with hand layup carbon fiber construction, a patented carbon fiber AccuBlock, and multiple finish options. Whether you're a long-range shooter or a hunting enthusiast, our stocks are perfect for you. Experience unmatched precision and durability with STOCKY'S stocks. We provide stock installation instructions, technical support, and guidance to help you choose the right stock for your rifle. Upgrade your shooting game today with STOCKY'S stocks.
Yeah.
Well,
it was.
the thing
You
is,
said you didn't
we
have time.
knew what it takes. You just saw what it takes.
We
gotta
didn't.
fucking practice.
We didn't want to go suck again.
Yeah.
We wanted to go and win. That would be the goal, and that requires much practice ahead of
Yeah.
time.
If you ain't in top 5, it's just, to me, it's a fucking waste.
I wanted to shoot because if I would have gotten the top 10, they would quit asking me to do form shooting school. So I was trying to get good there, so I didn't have to do the other thing, and then
So now he has to be top 10 next year.
yeah. So we did. So we had 2 weeks of shooting school to go to right after that, and then I had Mason's all-state football game and all that shit. So there was a lot going on.
And then now I look at it, we just made a bunch of fucking excuses.
We did.
Shot it.
We should have. It was really you that made all the excuses. I was
Well,
ready.
I know we
I
had
was fucking ready.
Well, we're going to make fucking 300 PRCs.
Yeah.
I guess we should burn these barrels down, I guess.
They got one more. They got one more in them at least.
Oh, fuck yeah. There's only like 250 rounds to those things.
Yeah.
Should get at least 1,000.
When you get close up there, like 13th, you don't shoot too many rounds.
Yeah.
You worry about me attacking him.
When you miss every first round
You shoot
and
a lot of
don't time
rounds.
out, you shoot a lot of rounds.
That's right.
There was some teams you guys didn't, weren't heated argue, just were stating the other person sucked at the moment.
Hey, so all the edited photos are up on the Facebook page, NightForce ELR. We're trying to talk Pete and Tad into building a website. So if you guys have some contact with them and you think they should have a website for all their matches, reach out to them.
Yeah, how about a place where you can just go one spot? Don't have to go to You Fuck With Practice School.
Yeah.
You can go see who won, who lost, see all the videos, all the pictures, one centralized location that's not Facebook or Practice Score.
What we want to do next year, we want to interview the top 3 in each category. We want to get a complete equipment breakdown list from them and probably other people. We might bring an extra person next year just to go around and interview full equipment lists.
What I find interesting too is people say, oh, well, nobody repeats as winner. Well, there was a 2-time winner now. So it's not just
Was it Mitch?
the luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, you can't, people say, oh, it's just luck of the draw. Well, he's a 2-time winner now. So apparently it is repeatable.
Yeah. It's definitely a different type of competition. I mean, like he said we did that little 2-minute video there, and I think it's him that's talking. Somebody else is talking. They're basically saying that this match is unlike any other because of the size of calibers that you're shooting, the distances that you're shooting, and you can have anything from a 5-pound rifle to a 30-pound rifle. And it's definitely pretty unique. I like it.
How'd you do on the big long shots, the 2300?
Did you guys see anything?
I was off and never land on my scope. I ran out. I was a mil shy. So, and I had a good wind hold. So I was just
short.
Yeah.
Mm.
They said I was pretty close to my second shot, but
So
I have no idea what I was holding.
You were airing it under your reticle, under your hash, under the last hash.
Wind and
What was
no
elevation.
shit.
Do you remember your dial up?
Everything.
Solution?
20,
All of it?
21.8.
Mils.
21.8 mils.
Oof.
All of it.
With a 3,000 feet per second rifle, the good BC.
Yeah. Long ways. 21.
I'd imagine Mr.
59?
Six Creed guy probably didn't do well on that stage either.
No.
He would have
Fuck.
been going transonic, guaranteed.
There's no way you could see the hit unless that indicator.
Yeah.
And I also noticed like the lighter rounds, the indicator was a lot slower
Mm-hmm.
to start. It's pretty interesting.
Mm.
I think you got any more?
Yeah, I just don't, they had 340 shooters. I think it goes up every year. I don't know how many shooters they're going to be able to fit in there in that amount of time. I know that was crunched pretty tight.
I don't know how you would. In 2 years in a row, we've had fog delay the second morning.
Yeah.
So you combine that and more shooters. You're not getting out of there till 7, 8 at night.
I wonder if they're going to up it or put a limit on it. But I know this last one we sold out in 20 hours or something like that.
Yep.
For all the spots. But anyways.
It's I shot a few shoots and I like it. I don't know. I just like, there's something about shooting a long ways, the arc of the bullet. It's kind of like shooting bows a long ways, the arc of the arrow.
And laying down the whole time.
Yep. And then we got fucking fucked with by, what was that guy's name? The old guy with the beard. They actually took 8. They did well. The guy that shook our hands and said, thanks for doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did do good.
He's going to kick our butts for not remembering his name, but apparently he posts a lot of stuff on Instagram or Facebook and we don't respond to him. So we're sorry. We suck at that. It's not like we don't have 3 dudes out there that could be answering, but don't. But we'll get better.
The trifecta.
We'll get better.
Huh. You suck, Ryan. Get better.
Yeah, you suck.
Hey, we did. We actually had designed a whole sticker pack. We'll definitely come next year with the stickers, but we got a whole sticker pack with stuff like "You suck" and "I'm off a rev." I held it the wrong side.
That to,
Yeah, you could have given it to me.
Yeah. So we'll be handing out stickers next year to all you guys that suck.
yeah, I think we need to come back and win it.
Maybe.
Yeah. I will say the layout for shooting teams was by far the funnest.
Mm.
Enter a hunter, you essentially go through and one guy shoots all the positions and targets.
It's basically 2 singles running right next to each other.
Yeah, this NightForce Steel Challenge was way more fun because it's like you're actively like watching each other shoot same target. And target move.
And you got to have great communication is definitely a key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually fucked me up the first because I shot NRL Hunter.
Yeah.
And it fucked me up the first group at the thing because I was in my mind, I was like, one dude's going to shoot it all.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck.
Dude, we zeroed the first stage.
Yeah.
And we both got up because we were all fucking hot. Dude, we were like ready to go, all excited. And we zeroed the first stage and we got up. We're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
We timed out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of interesting how to do it. But I see why NRL Hunter, because they want that dude to build and break like you would in hunting every time.
Yeah. And it's like a lot of their barricades, you can't shoot 2 people off at the same time.
Mm.
2 different, I think people should do both because it's very different disciplines. But both, like if you're into long range hunting, they're both applicable to how people hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
We got some speak pipes, baby.
Oh fuck. What do we got here? Oh, Kelly. Oops, wrong one.
Hey, Ryan and Jake. So, first off, a question followed by a podcast idea. I can understand Ryan's disdain for the Berger 195 Elite Hunter, but I would be curious to know the reason he has such a strong dislike for the 7mm caliber. I have, other than, it's gay, I have listened to all the other podcasts and it is not covered in any of them. So I have done my research. As far as the podcast idea goes, I would be interested to hear your guys' thoughts on the 2 podcasts that Hornady put out called Your Groups Are Too Small, followed by Your Groups Are Still Too Small, and basically their research into load development and group size and dispersion. And, just your thoughts on that. It obviously challenges a lot of the things that we were taught growing up on, load development and shooting groups. I have been messing with their process on a new rifle I got just to kind of find my own data. And it's definitely been an interesting, eye-opening experience. So yeah, I think it'd be a great podcast idea. And I look forward to hopefully maybe hearing it on here. Thanks. Have a great summer.
Nice.
First of all, we need more women shooters in the sport.
Yes.
So we appreciate a woman taking her time to put this. So thank you, Callie, for doing that.
And she sounds like she already knows what the fuck she's doing. She's out there shooting and load developing. That's awesome.
Before I answer the shitty 195 bullets, the Hornady podcasts, we actually have kind of covered those topics
a little bit.
Like the interview we did with Hornady, the one with Form where he went over bullets for hunting, he got into quite a few of the statistical relevance of 10, 20, 30 shot groups. But we can definitely dive into more detail.
I know we get a lot of requests for load development in general too, so it'd be a good idea to talk about at the same time.
Yeah.
We will put that on the list.
Yeah. And then on the 195s, I have talked about a little bit, and I'm only going to, there's more to it than just what I've seen, but I like to only go off of what I have seen happen.
I don't think I think it was more than just the 195. It was just 7 mil in general.
7 mil in general for what I've seen. And I just don't like 7 mags. There is some bias in there.
She said you can't just say it's gay. You have to have a reason.
It's not just gay. Per animal shot, and I've seen quite a few animals shot with 7 mags. They for some reason, and this is in my brain now, whether it's fucking real, fake or not, things shot with 7 mags stay on their feet longer held than things I've seen shot with a 6UM or 6.5 bullets. Definitely with 30 cal bullets. I've definitely shot the most things with 30 cal bullets.
I have a 7 Zom story too for same situation. Yeah.
But going to the 2 biggest things that changed my mind were me and Tanya's elk. I shot an elk 4 times through the chest cavity with a 195 from 400 yards to 600 yards. I shot it again for a 5th time, kind of angled through the chest, kind of like the shot on the elk with the 6UM where it was a hard raking shot through the rib, and it exited. None of them out of those 5 shots opened. So when I walked it was like 800 and something yards to the elk, it was sitting down looking at me. And my fat ass don't move that fast. It was fucking a good little walk over there, and it wasn't flat. I had to fucking shoot it in the head. Fast forward about 3 or 4 weeks later, another cow. Tanya put 3 great shots under 300 yards through the chest cavity and lungs. That elk ran about 400, couldn't shoot her again. She got back in the herd. We followed her to where she was standing. She was standing there looking at us. Tanya, this is 10 minutes, 15, ridiculous amount of time later for fucking bullets through the chest cavity. We had to walk up and shoot it in the fucking head again. And then I gave those bullets to somebody else, and because they thought I was poo-pooing the bullet, they called me back and said, maybe it was just that lot, but they said, I've shot multiple times into animals, and I had to shoot them again. And basically they died over a long period of time compared to any other burgers or match bullets. Well, then you watch, like the funniest thing to watch is the guy that created that line, Bob Beck. Him and his wife are hunting elk somewhere. Big ass herd of elk moving through this field. She shoots one with a 7 rum. And he's like, oh, you absolutely smoked it. He did. It looks like same thing I was doing, right behind the freaking shoulder. He's like, roll off the gun. I'm going to kill a bull. Well, the elk just kept walking around. So he finally had to say, okay, get back on the gun and shoot it again. And this is over like 2 or 3. It's a video online. We can find it and post it. So they just don't, the 195s just don't seem to be really fast killers.
And is that the root of your hate for 7 mils in general?
So 7 Rem mag I had. And there is a little caveat to this. You'll remember the old, back in, I don't know, you probably weren't into it then, but remember the Burger or the Barnes blue bullets? Remember Molly coated? I shot like 5 different fucking bucks with that thing. And they were doing victory laps before they died. Like one went 400 or 500 yards. I shot several elk with 7 mag, some with core locks, and back in the day, some with, it was the beginning of like the Accubon. They just they stand there and look at you like, what? That's all you got, bitch?
Mhm.
So again, this could be in my brain, but animals stay on their feet when I shoot them with 7 mags longer. So I'm not doing it anymore.
We just had, the haha rifle. We did the raffle ticket giveaway deal on. So he just come back in with his son. So that was a 7 PRC Tika build, 180 hybrids, and just smoked a bear right through the chest cavity with one shot, and it went 10 yards and tumbled up. But that 180 hybrid seems to do pretty good. I think a lot of the 7 mil stuff has to do with it's not like a magic like incremental caliber size that doesn't work or something like that. I think it still comes down to bullet choice, bullet performance. I have a bad 7 SOM story with a 168 VLD hunter where Mason shot a mule deer over in Washington over there, and it's not to say that the bullet didn't do what it's supposed to do, because the deer was hit the ground, and we watched for a while, didn't move. So we had to come off this bluff. We had to come back around this way to come down this bluff and go get to the deer. The deer wasn't there. So we of course, we're blood searching. There's a little bit of blood here and there. We're looking around. We look for a long time, 30 minutes, nothing. We decide we're going to get in the truck and we're going to go up the road a little bit and see. So we get right up over this little ridge, and the fucking deer is standing sideways in this little flat area, and he's got a fucking hole through his body. You can see fucking sunlight through the deer, and he's sitting there staring at us. Now you can't say that bullet didn't do what it was supposed to do.
No,
that deer just wanted to live, and he proceeded to take like 3 or 4 more shots off the hood, including blowing one of the back legs off, just trying to make sure he was down. Right, like after that, it's Hail Mary.
Yeah,
to make sure he's not running away. But
I don't want people to think that I'm not naive enough to think 284 don't kill shit.
Yeah,
and Form said this on another podcast, but I've never thought about it. There's also Medal of Honor animals that just don't fucking die.
Mule deer are tough.
Yeah, but I've just seen what I've seen with 7 Ram Mags 284s is not great in my opinion. And I don't think I would have found, if you would have brought that elk to North Idaho mountains, super fucking timbery, super fucking brushy, there's no fucking way I'd have found that elk. I almost guarantee I would not. The distance it traveled with 4 fucking holes through it and then a 5th, I would not have found it. I can't imagine the distance, but it was well over fucking 8 to 1,000 yards.
Yeah. So I guess here's a question: that would you hunt with a 7 PRC 180 hybrid doing 3,000 feet a second?
If I was going to shoot a 7 mag or I was with somebody, I would highly suggest using a 180 LDM. And
180 LDM.
Yep.
Okay.
A 180 LDM, and you think about another guy who kills a lot of stuff. You have a fucking customer. I think A-tips are Heckle and Jekyll. He thinks they're the God's greatest gift, and he kills a lot of things.
And one of the most picky dudes I've ever met on top of that, and he's been through all the bullets and lots of 28 nozzles. All 28 nozzles are shit, but he's been through them all.
I think if you saw a whole big body, let's say 1,000 fucking animals shot with A-tips, I think you'd see exactly what we saw. 500 would work, 500 wouldn't.
Yeah.
The EOLs, the 195s, the 156s work great.
Yeah.
The 195s from my 2, really, I've seen more than that, but I can't speculate because we didn't cut them open. They were just ice picking through. But I think the same thing would be if you shot 1,000 animals with 195s, you'd see 500 great, 500 not.
You got any bad 7 mil bullet stories?
No, I just have a bad Savage 7mm rim mag. It just, I don't know, you can bore sight it, it's like 2 feet off at 50. I've never shot anything with a 7mm.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't. 7 mags are, people think I hate them. I don't hate them. I don't hate 6.5 Creedmoors. I just think there's a better, like a 115 DTAC out of a 6UO.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to put load development / group sizes are too small on the list here. And then we got one more speak pipe there.
Jake, Brian, since rock stocks aren't getting delivered on time, we might as well get Brozovic on for a podcast topic. And I think Unknown should donate a 6UM for Brozovic to use for a season because he kills a pile of elk. And then that would give good data because he's a big 30 and big 338 guy for long range elk. Get him on, donate him a rifle, and make him kill him. There you go.
I'll tell you this, for all those you guys might have contact with Mr. Jeff Brozovic. He's already been invited several times now.
I could text him.
We've never had a response from him. Yeah. We will make sure if he wants to give the 6UM a go that he'll leave with something that shoots 6UM. But I don't know how the conversation will go.
I will call him.
Okay.
Ask him if he'll come on.
All right. So, anyways, for those of you that may know him or close to him or have some contact or get on Long Range Only and say, hey, you need to come on the Shoot to Hunt podcast.
People think there's this big animosity between us. There's not.
You guys are buddies.
We just have difference of opinion.
I'll tell because I've asked you several times. So recently, you guys would talk all the time, right?
Yeah.
And then recently, you used this 6 mil to start killing animals with, and he doesn't agree with this. So you guys kind of broke up a little bit.
There was that, and there was some. He thought I read every post on Rockslide, and I don't. I think Jeff's a great guy.
Yeah.
I honestly do. He's the guy who would help anybody.
Yeah.
So the animosity is not really a thing. It goes back to when we went deer hunting. Me, him, Form, and I am a pot stirrer.
Yes,
So,
you are.
If you don't know me, I am. So I walked in. Jeff was sitting in his wall tent, and Form walked in with me, and I said, Jeff, this is Form. He likes to kill 220 or elk with 223s at like 500 yards.
So then you walked out.
Go. But no, dude, I love Jeff. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
There's no animosity there. We just have I used to be in that bigger is better camp, and now I'm not.
Mhm.
And so people think there's something, but there's nothing there.
No.
Jeff is a fucking probably seen more, and if people I know seen more elk get shot than anybody I know.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
I'll call him, see if he'll come on.
Okay.
And I would fucking love to see him hunt with a 6UM.
Yeah.
Or maybe a 6 Wisdom.
Oh shit. Don't start that now. We got to get down that road a little bit first.
Well, just put that in your pipe and save it for later. But what if?
What if 6?
I don't think there's any way you're getting him to shoot an elk with anything less than a 300. But
a cow?
Take him hog hunting, dude. Take him hog hunting.
No,
I bet you can get him to shoot.
What we could
hog
do
with a six.
is we could go to his place and shoot. Though he could be lined up with a big 338 if he wants next to you, just in case. But we could just go to his place, kill some cows with the 6UM 115, and witness some kills.
I'll call him, talk to him, see what he says.
Okay.
But what else? Did he have anything else on there?
No, I think that was it. He just wanted to. Oh, he did bring up the rock stock deliveries. I don't know if we should dive into that any way, shape, or form right now.
I just want people to know this. We are doing everything in our hands to get rock stock out,
including me flying out there Sunday.
Yep. So we are doing everything there. And contrary to popular belief, what you hear on rock, what's that old saying? Believe half of what you hear and believe in nothing of what you hear and half of what you see. Because there's a lot of rumors flying around. There will be rock stocks going out tomorrow, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So we are still shipping rock stocks.
Yes.
At the fucking level we want to? No. But we're working on fixing it.
Well, tell them right now. So today is June 27th. And, we're probably doing a refund today. Mm-hmm. It's no secret that we're at 6 months for those that ordered on the first day was December 23rd. We had promised 90 days, and unfortunately, in the manufacturing world, you run into problems, and we only want to accept perfection. Mm-hmm. So because of that reason, working alongside Stocky's, we've been trying to improve some processes.
Right.
And that's we wish we wouldn't have done the pre-order, to be honest with you. And but one day, 6 months from now, everybody will have rock stocks. Everybody will love them, and they'll be on the shelf, and and they'll be great. But at the moment, if you guys can just remain patient, we're not like stealing your money. If it could be me and Ryan going over there and staying at Stocky's and making stocks for 2 months to make it happen, we would. It's just not. I would do anything in my power. I would call in every favor that's owed to me on the fucking planet to make this just be right for you guys. And so we are not against you. We are not lying to you. It is exactly what it is. We don't make stocks at Unknown. We don't make stocks at Shoot to Hunt. We are very picky about the stocks when they show up. And for all those reasons, we did not hit the lead time that we promised. And that will definitely not happen again. There will be further versions of the rock stock that we won't even let pre-orders happen on. We will have them in stock when they go up on the website. And we've learned some valuable lessons. But the truth is that we're normal guys. You're normal guys. And nobody's trying to fuck anybody over. Like we honestly care more than you can imagine.
You will get a stock. This isn't a situation where we're going to take your money and you're not getting a stock.
Yes.
On the back that up is when we first started this, I said, I fucking hate pre-sales. We did pre-sales with breaks.
Yeah.
And I understand when somebody has my money, I want to know what the fuck's going on. I totally understand. But here's the thing I keep telling people, because I get I get 5 to 10 PMs a day about rock stocks. Would you want us to send you a rifle that you're going to return to us?
Mm.
No.
No,
That's the
not.
answer I get back from everybody. So until me and Jake look at something and say, "Yep, this is a rifle," actually not me, because I have blems and I use them no problem.
But we were personally yesterday looking at, like, I would look at a stock. I say, this looks good to me. What do you think, Ryan? And that's what we did yesterday, going through a big box of stocks.
And let's be honest, you can take any rifle stock, you have them all,
Mm-hmm.
and I can find a fucking flaw in every fucking stock in here from every manufacturer.
It's a carbon layup process inside of aluminum molds, and there's 10 different, 15 different pairs of hands that are touching it, and there's a lot of room for error there. So
yeah, and to be fair, we asked Stocky's to do a lot of shit in a short period of time.
yes.
So it's not all on them. I mean, and it's a radical stock design, but I'll say this, we probably have 150 stocks in the world now, I'm guessing.
Yes.
And to a person, I've talked to probably 100 of them. They fucking love the stock.
Yeah. And they're also, so we used Blem stocks to equip all the training rifles for Shoot Hunt University. Up on Rockside, there's a number of guys that have been to the university now. So if you want to know how a rock stock shoots, reach out to Real Guys in the World. Who else? I mean, there's got to be some other reviews already going on Rockside about them.
Oh yeah, there's plenty out there that already have the stock, but we ship to them. And to a person, there's not a person outside of having a big fat head like mine, have to go to a medium.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest bitch, is I got to go to from a low to a medium ring.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody else to a person likes the stock.
Yeah.
And then and I want to say, you're seeing these stocks like in the shooting schools, and you're seeing these those are Blem stocks that we will not sell. We're not in business to sell fucking Blem stocks. We're in business to sell fucking good stocks.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the Blem stocks you're seeing. We're not taking your stock.
No.
So I don't want that to be out there either.
If we have to repair something or whatever to make it look good, because we're doing the same thing with some of them on some internal rifles, we're putting extra work into those that we shouldn't have to, and to make them usable for a rifle. So
yeah. So that's the state of the union. It's not woe is me. We're just trying to get you a good product.
And if you don't want to wait, if you're that guy, like I said, just all you got to do is send one email and you will get an instant refund. It's not, like I said, we're not hiding nothing here.
Todd Lee, he went through our class, and he has a rock stock. And he said, reading that thread on Rockslike is like a psychology 101.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
There's people from all over the map on that.
Yeah.
But if we're not ripping you off, if we're giving your money back if you want it.
Absolutely.
But
it takes just an email. That's it.
And everybody on there is rooting for you to return it or get your money back so they can jump in line.
Yeah. Like if I was even honest with you, I mean, it almost makes me feel a little better when you guys can't wait for them, because it means all the other guys that can wait are going to get them sooner, and they're going to love them. And then you can get back to the back of the line once you read the reviews. So,
So we appreciate your patience.
Yes. Thank you.
Any parting shots there, Ken? What do you think about pre-orders?
They're good and they're bad.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of nice from, I don't know, like Jake's UM's perspective. You can essentially, it's like crowdfunding. You can use that money to fund a project where it might not have been something that you could have done to start.
There would be no rock stocks without a pre-order.
No.
Mm-mm.
So
yeah, how many
double-edged sword.
hundreds of thousands of dollars you have to invest in molds and design work and all that time.
Yeah, we have 25,000 in molds at the moment.
We have 25,000, and now Jake's flying down there to help push it along.
Yes. I'll have, and that being said, when I get back all the information that I learn when I'm there will be an email that goes out to everybody that has the rock stock on order still with an update about what I find and what our expectations are. And
again, we are shipping stock still. That's a myth online that we've returned all of them. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right.
If you got any information, anything you want to get a hold of us about, except for rock stocks. SpeakPipe. If you go on the website now, that's nothing. We totally revamped the website. Looking pretty good. We got a new web guy, Owen. He's knocking it out of the park. But you see, right when you go on the website, it says leave a voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
That's the SpeakPipe. So if you have a question for us, get on there. If you got a question for frickin' Ken, how do you get a hold of you, Ken?
I don't know, Salmon River Solutions website. My phone number's on there.
Yep. And you get a hold of us at podcast@shoothunt.com. And thanks for listening.
Thank you.